What's up everybody, it's the Lego Link here, and welcome back to another video. In today's Lego review, we're taking a look at set 4475, Jabba's Message from Lego Star Wars. The set released in 2003, it has 44 pieces, 3 minifigures, and is based on the opening scene of Return of the Jedi, where they enter Jabba's palace to rescue Han Solo. This is one of the most small Lego Star Wars sets out there at 44 pieces, and it only was $7 back in the day. Nowadays this set would probably be like $15 if they released it in modern times, but it's a bit more expensive to get now, being $40 used, $110 sealed, but it's still a relatively cheap set. Probably recommend getting it used because you'll get all the pieces and it's pretty cheap. Back of the box, we have some scenes from the movie in the top corner right there, plus another picture of the actual set, and you can see some of the other sets that can connect to, or you can see how this set can connect to Jabba's Palace, which was released in the same year. Unfortunately, I do not have the set, so I can't show you exactly how it connects, but maybe in the future if I ever get that set, we can show it then. But there's also some promotional art for the T16 shuttle, which I did review, so check that one out. So the instruction manual is pretty small, but that's expected with this set. It's not a lot of pages too, it's very simple instructions with that hologram background. Then in the back you get a closer look at how these sets can connect to Jabba's Palace, as well as some of the mini sets that came out that year, and an ad for Lego.com. Alright, so first figure is this R2-D2 figure, released all the way back starting in 1999, and it ended around 2008 when they updated the mold. So this figure has appeared in numerous sets. I've talked about this figure many times on this channel already. It's a very basic figure, nice printing on the torso with the blue arm and stuff. That simple droid mold that we've been seeing for years, and of course the astromech head with the print that only is half of it, so it looks a bit squished and weird, but it has some nice blue coloring and silver to it, but overall just kind of a boring figure we've gotten too many times. Now a more interesting figure is this C-3PO in this milky gold color. It definitely is one of my favorite Lego piece colors. I think it's only been used on this figure, but it looks great, but it doesn't really capture the gold. The C-3PO, it's a bit too light, but it still looks pretty cool. You have a little bit of torso printing there, which looks fine, and there's also some back printing as well. And then we have that C-3PO head mold that we've seen up until today with the eyes and all that, and it's the basic design, but it works well, and I just love the coloring of this figure overall. But the main draw to this set is of course the Bib Fortuna figure. This is exclusive to the set and the oldest version of him ever released. So he comes with a black cape, and then the torso with some lighter tan hands. Oops, I didn't mean to pull them off. Then we have a little bit of printing with a little armor piece there with some detailing for like the chest plate, and I don't know if there's any back printing. I don't think there is on this figure because it's 2003. And then the awesome head, he has this nice little weird smirk with a bunch of wrinkles, and he also has the red eyes that we see in the movie. And of course, the best part of the figure is the mold for his Twi'lek, or Leku, I mean. Just the weird gobbled mess of it that we see in the movie is translated well into this piece, this tan piece here, especially like those head things coming out at the top. It just looks very great. I like how it comes around the back, it goes like down and up. Just an overall great head mold. You don't see it that often. Definitely better than one used nowadays for the fat Bib Fortuna. So only having 44 pieces makes this build very plain and simple. And yeah, there's not much going on here. It sits on this base plate, this 8x8 base plate, and we have a simple gate design here. So there's a bunch of brown pieces at the bottom, including this Technic piece, which would connect to the Jabba's Palace set. And then we have a couple of these tan wall pieces, creating that, just making it go up a bit more. but there is a slot in between, which is for this gate that we'll talk about. And there's also some tiles on either side of the bottom to keep that gate from like moving to side, just keeps it straight, sort of. But yeah, on top we have this little arch piece, a bit more of these brown slope pieces, some orange. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the wall. Very simple, plain design for that. Then of course, we do have the gate itself, which it's a very simple design. It's just some tan pieces either side with some tile pieces connecting them. That Technic piece with the holes in it in the middle, and then some orange either side. Not the greatest design for the gate, but it looks fine. And then of course through the middle of that hole, we do this little droid, the messenger droid that pops out, and you can actually push it with this little Technic piece, which goes through the Technic piece here. And yeah, you just push it and you can have it like retract and then come out to talk to C-3PO and all that. It's actually a pretty unique mold with the kind of like jagged design of the outside and the metal on the inside. It looks pretty cool, but we got better designs for it in the future. And then of course, the gate can lift up. It just slides up and down. Very simple. There's not any Technic. It just, since there's like that slot there, it just kind of fits in that slot and it slides up and down. It kind of gets crooked a lot. You can't really straighten it, but I mean, it's 2003 and it's a very simple set, so they wouldn't really have done much. But yeah, you can lift it up enough to let people through, and it's just fun to play around with, and the droid is fun to play around with too. So yeah, I know that was a short review, but this set is very small. There's not much to talk about it. The design is very simple, so I can't really get much points on that. And the play features are simple as well. Figures are alright. I don't really care for this R2-D2, but I do like these two, the C-3PO and Bib Fortuna especially. But yeah, it's just kind of a boring set after you build it up. It's fun for a moment, but it's better when we connect it to the actual JABBA'S palace, which I don't have, but hopefully in the future I will. But if you want to buy it, go ahead. It's pretty cheap. But I'd say if you're wanting to get it, maybe get the JABBA'S palace with it and the other set to have the full experience. So I think I give this a 6 out of 10. Not a very good set in my opinion, but fine enough once you connect it to the JABBA'S palace. So I see y'all in another video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.